Before we get into the video, please do not send hate to anybody mentioned in this video. All opinions are my own and opinions are not facts. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Dustin Dailey. He is a drama channel that is here on YouTube. He is a channel that I have defended before in my previous videos. I have been very happy for him and Nick. I wish them well when they first announced the relationship. I was very, very happy for both of them. And I have watched Dustin off and on for probably the past 2 years. I found his channel during the Bi-Sister scandal and I really enjoyed his content. I thought he was a very fair drama channel and he always seemed super sweet to me. And I'll get into that a little bit further, but before we get deep into the video, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. Turn on all post notifications so you don't miss any uploads in the future. So now let's get started. So the reason I'm making this video is because I had a little run-in with Dustin Dailey, and even after he lied about our little interaction on Twitter, I was still gonna let everything go until the other day he blasted me again to his 45,000 followers on his Twitter page and called me a bitch again in front of all of them. And before you guys go and say, well, Dustin calls everybody a bitch, let me explain something to you. It's one thing to call somebody a bitch and joke around about it, but it's another thing when you are purposely calling somebody a bitch out of anger. There's a difference between the two. There's a difference between joking about it and just saying it versus being angry about something and directing it at somebody in a hurtful way. And that's exactly what Dustin did to me. I'm going to tell you guys the full story with receipts and you can make up your own mind about the situation. A part of me is very terrified to make this video because what I found online about Dustin is that if people criticize him or call him out for being wrong about something, he comes at you and tries to humiliate you to his followers. I seriously hate using the word bully because it just sounds so immature in high school, but that is the perfect word to describe who Dustin is. He is also a hypocrite. He sits in front of the camera and heavily judges and criticizes others for the same shit he does himself. He has this motto, that is, if someone disrespects him, then that gives him the permission to do and say whatever he wants regardless of what that person has said to him. I'm sorry, that is not an excuse to be absolutely nasty to people. We will get into that deeper as we go along. Also, I just want to say when you're a drama commentary channel, your viewers heavily rely that you have done your research on something. They trust that you are feeding them accurate information. I have seen so many people get angry with channels posting wrong information. This situation should be no different. I know a lot of people are angry at Shane Dawson right now for numerous reasons, but it doesn't give anyone the right to post false information about him. Just because he has done things that are questionable in his past, it doesn't give a free pass to everyone to just make up shit about him and lie about him for views and money. It's wrong doing it to any creator, period. So on February 1st, Dustin uploaded a video that was titled Shane Dawson is Worse Than We Thought. In this video, Dustin referenced a video from a channel that put a ton of clips together of Shane and Drew Monson to paint Shane in a very negative light. Now, quickly referencing this channel, they only have 4 videos listed and they're all of Shane Dawson and they're all clips that are compiled together to make Shane look as bad as possible. Now, if this were me, I would look for the original source of the clips before I made a video on this. And because I've watched Dustin's channel off and on through the years, he has done good research in his videos before. For example, there's a video that's on Dustin's channel. It's titled The End of Jeffree Star, and this video is so well put together. He not only researched the hell out of it, he put it together in a timeline that was very easy to follow. So this is what I'm expecting from Dustin's channel. I understand there's some videos that you can't spend as much time on as you do on other ones, but I'm at least expecting accurate information coming from Dustin. And I think most of his viewers expect that of him too. Now back to this video that Dustin uploaded. A lot of people weren't happy about what Dustin did. The first thing that really bothered me was bringing Drew Monson into the this hate campaign against Shane. If you don't know who Drew is, he is a really good friend of Shane. They have made numerous videos together throughout the years, and I heavily believe they are still friends in the present time. Shane even mentioned him on Ryland's podcast a few months back. And even though Shane was referring to a past experience in that podcast, he still talked about Drew like he was a friend of his in the present time.
Ryland was in a Clever video, and this was, I wasn't, I don't even remember where I was at the state of my life, but I was watching TV. I don't even know if I came out yet. I was watching TV and you were in a video.
Just eating lunch.
And I looked at you and I said, I'm marrying him. That's my husband.
No.
It was the craziest. And I told my friend Drew about it. And I was like, this is really weird, but I think I'm going to marry him. And Drew was like, do you know him? Like, it was so weird. And I was like, I don't know. I'm going to marry him. And then when we met on Bumble, I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm marrying you. So like, get ready.
So sitting there judging what Shane did or didn't do to Drew really isn't anyone's place to address that unless Drew wants to speak up on it. But what is really messed up is Drew has been offline for months because of his mental health. The internet was getting to be too much for him, so he took a break. It's been almost a year since Drew has uploaded a video. So my first reaction was, how dare you bring him into this? When is enough going to be enough with this? Channels are now bringing creators that clearly needed a break from online to focus on their mental health, but now Drew is being plastered all over drama channels. To me, that's crossing the line. The other thing that was wrong about the video is both clips that Dustin referenced were jokes. Both Drew and Shane were in on the joke, but the channel that uploaded the clips cut out the parts where it was a joke. And we will get to the actual context of the clips, but first I want to tell you guys how I'm involved with all of this. So after Dustin uploaded this video, people were commenting and saying, hey Dustin, these are jokes, this didn't go down, why are you saying this? Instead of Dustin actually listening to them, what did he do? He was deleting comments off of the video. Now Dustin will say, I don't delete comments, it's YouTube spam, you guys are probably putting links or something like that or using bad language, blah blah blah. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I had 2 different people DM me about this around the exact same time, and both of them told me the exact same thing. They tried posting on the video itself 3 to 5 times, and each time the comment got deleted. One of them, her comment was posted for 2 minutes before Dustin deleted it. Here's an example of one of the comments that he deleted. Drew doesn't want to be on camera due to his mental health. Shane mentioned talking with him recently in one of Ryland's podcasts. They are still friends. Please don't drag him into this. And this is one of the many comments that this person left, and it got deleted. Now, you guys don't have to believe me that this actually happened. And if you know anything about me, I am not comfortable sharing DMs or anything like that, especially if I'm talking to somebody privately. So you'll just have to take my word for it that 2 different people were telling me the exact same thing around the exact same time. I would hope that if you watch my channel on a regular basis, you can take my word for that. So after these people messaged me and I looked into the clips because I had never seen these clips before, it seriously did not take me long to find the original video source of both of the jokes that Dustin put into his video. So I screen recorded one of the clips that he referenced in his video, and because he has such a huge following, let me explain something to you guys. He has 45,000 followers on Twitter. I only have 600 followers on Twitter. So the only way I was going to get his attention was if everybody retweeted it and tagged him in the tweet, and I figured he would watch the clip and correct it, because I was genuinely shocked he was deleting comments and trying to hide that the clips were taken out of context. But let me tell you what, it was a big mistake on my part. I was stupid for even thinking that he would respond in a healthy way instead of a complete toxic way. I did not think Dustin was like this at all. I was genuinely shocked by his behavior. I'm gonna read you the tweet that I put out, and then we're gonna go through Dustin's tweets. So let's get into it. So this was my original tweet, and it said, retweet this and tag Dustin Dailey. You lied in your video. This was a joke between Shane and Drew. How about you research and find the original source before you go spreading lies, because it's everywhere online, your false narrative. And this was literally just to get his attention. I did not tell my followers to attack him like he's trying to portray it. All I wanted to do was get his attention so that he could correct it, because it was everywhere online and people were were making their videos based on Dustin's video. It didn't come from this other channel. It came from Dustin. And this was the day after he was deleting comments. I gave him a whole day after he was deleting all those comments to hopefully correct his mistake. So he knew about it because he was deleting the comments in the first place. That's my point. So he knew he was lying. That's why I put, Dustin, you lied, because he knew he was lying. So this was Dustin's response to me. It's not a false narrative. I don't give a fuck if it was a joke or whatever. Shane still ain't shit and he still body shamed Drew. Eat my entire ass, bitch. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That was his actual response to me. I was shocked over it. And I get it, you guys. I told people to retweet him so that I could get his attention. But it doesn't warrant him disrespecting me the way he did. Calling me these names and being completely nasty to me. I never resort to this level with anybody. I try to keep my cool online. I try to be as nice as possible. It's so frustrating to see channels like Dustin's do no research, upload videos, and capitalize on a situation that is based on a lie. And then I retweeted what he said to me, and I said, and they were both in on the joke. And then he also goes on to say, I don't care if it's a joke, it's disgusting and so are you. And then he went on to say, and he still ain't shit, sis. He still body shamed him. Go crawl up his dirty clothes pile. And then I replied with, Dustin, look at yourself and how you're behaving. I'm not the one that's disgusting. I wanted people to tag you because I thought you would correct it, because I thought you were better than that, but I was clearly wrong. I thought the joke was bad, but they were both in on it. Good luck. I wish you well. And then he also commented on the deleting comments situation, and this is what he said. I don't delete comments. Do you realize how long that would take? You Shane stans probably commented the same BS multiple times, and it got marked as spam. And that's not how it went down. And I actually do have something that I can show you guys to show that he was deleting comments. A person replied to Dustin and they said, you deleted my comments 5 times yesterday in your video when I was trying to tell you that montage was misleading. I get now where your content is going, so be it. I really love you, but seeing this side really sucks. And then she also went on to say, it was a staged bit. It's called content creation. Not everything that is on YouTube is real life. You should know about it. Maybe it was a bad video, but you're trying to paint Shane now as this evil person. You don't like him anymore, and that is okay, but don't lie. And then Dustin replied to her and said that it was YouTube spam, but I can't pull his response because he blocked me on Twitter, and we'll get to that point talking about where he blocked me. But after he told her that, she went on to say, thanks for clarifying. They were posted 2 minutes and then vanished. Comments that are posted, especially if they're posted for a couple minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and then they just vanish into thin air, it's usually the creator deleting the comments. I can tell you that right now. So you would think this was the end of it, but oh no, there's a lot more. He attacked multiple people that were standing up for me. He was completely out of line to so many people. For example, a channel by the name of Mikenactor was defending me, and he said, Mysterious Tea politely pointed out that you were intentionally misleading your audience and you called her a bitch. How does that constitute meeting disrespect with disrespect? How do you even speak of respect when you don't even respect your own audience? And then Dustin replied and said, no, whoever that is that attacked me, implying that I manipulated the situation, and I did not. Again, I didn't attack him. I just pointed out his mistake and that he was lying because he was lying in his video. After Mike said this to him, Dustin started heavily judging Mike for supporting Shane Dawson. And Mike replied with, I don't idolize Shane Dawson. I hold him to an acceptable standard when others don't. And then Dustin replied with, ew. So Dustin was heavily making fun of anybody that supports Shane Dawson the day that this happened. And I just want to say, up until 2 weeks ago, his own fiance was supporting Shane Dawson. It's just very childish to go to that level because people like a certain content creator. And before all this Trisha stuff started happening, Dustin was showing support towards Shane as well.
Well, I think it's kind of like 50-50. Like, I've seen a lot of people like, oh my God, I can't wait for Shane to come back. And then I've seen people like, oh, I can't believe he's coming back. He needs to take like another year off and not even bother with social media. But like, that's not a realistic expectation to have. Shane,
he's coming back.
He came on the internet. He amassed this huge following, and he like even us, we have like diehard followers. So there's people that are going to support Shane no matter. no matter what. No.
I think that it is admirable that both of these people that are together are willing to put their head out on the line for the other person, because Shane knows that he could get in a lot of not trouble, but backlash for even posting on his Instagram, because people don't want Shane on the internet. And Ryland was so quick to defend Shane. So this together, they make such a cute and relatable couple. I'm happy for these two. I'm happy that Ryland decided to finally follow his dreams, and I'm happy that Shane decided to shout it out. Anyone that would have a real problem with someone plugging their significant other is crazy.
And you guys, this video wasn't even that long ago. It was like 3 months ago. So he was supporting Shane and Ryland 3 months ago, but because he decides at this point in time that he's no longer going to support Shane because of what Trisha Paytas said, because everybody for some reason is believing Trisha Paytas right now, even though she is known for lying, she is known for stirring up internet drama. She threw her best friend of 12 years under the bus for somebody else's actions. It just blows my mind how much backlash Shane is getting for this. When it first happened, I was very disappointed in Shane until I actually started looking into everything and seeing that things weren't adding up with Trisha. But because Dustin has decided not to support Shane anymore and he's jumping on this hate campaign to destroy him at any cost, but we are the ones that are in the wrong. We are the ones that are gross because we are defending him lying about Shane Dawson. We're gross. We're in the wrong. But it's okay when Dustin wants to support Shane because that makes him right at that point in time. But the minute that Dustin decides not to support Shane anymore, everybody else is wrong. And even if he didn't support him fully, he was still saying positive things about Shane. So why can't other people say positive things about Shane and stand up for what's right and what's wrong? Do you see how hypocritical that is? So back to Mikenactor. After Mike defended me, Dustin and Petty Page came hard for Mike and they started digging up Mike's past and they started posting stuff that was in his past. Mike has completely changed as a person and he has learned from his mistakes and he has grown, but they used his past against him because they didn't have a valid argument back, because their argument wasn't valid because they posted inaccurate information online. So what did they do? They acted like children and started digging up Mike's past and using it against him. So after a lot of back and forth, Dustin ended up blocking Mike and he said, "I just blocked him. I'm not arguing with someone that's this delusional." There's a few more tweets I want to get into and then we'll move on. Someone else said to Dustin, "How does this guy not see that he is wrong? How delusional is he?" And this is regarding Dustin, not Mike. And Dustin wrote back and said, "I'm not wrong. Just admit you sucked Shane and Jeffrey's ass." Laughing emoji. And someone else was talking about what Dustin had said to me and how he was talking to Mikenactor. And this person said he was calling him out for telling someone to eat my entire ass, bitch. And she wasn't even being disrespectful. She was just trying to get him to notice her tweet about the Drew video. And then Dustin replied to her and said this: "Not true. The person acted as if I manipulated the situation when I didn't. You can also eat my ass." And then she replied with, "Wow, I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just trying to point out what you could have done a little more respectful." And then the last one I want to show you guys, somebody said to Dustin, "You literally made fun of someone's hygiene. Shut up." And then Dustin Dailey said, "Yep."
Oh, girl, I'm gonna be honest. It really, like, I don't know that Shane has really good dental care because he looks like he would have like chronic stink breath. For real. Like, we already know he don't already wash his ass. So if you're not washing your ass, I don't think you're brushing your teeth.
I think that's totally a gimmick, that he doesn't shower and all of that.
Well, you met him. Did he stink?
I didn't, like, sniff. I wasn't like...
He probably showered for that. He probably showered for that, girl.
I don't know. He was nice when I met him, but maybe he was fake. I don't know.
Well, girl, people like that, they're like chameleons. You never know. They change their colors for whoever they're with, and then they change them when they're with somebody else.
I don't know, girl.
A lot of snakes in the community.
Usually if people have poor hygiene, they're having mental health issues. I went through a deep depression where I didn't feel like taking a shower. I didn't feel like getting out of bed. I didn't feel like going out. I didn't feel like doing nothing. And it was because I was in a deep, dark depression, and it's not okay making fun of somebody's hygiene. That's just as bad as fat shaming somebody. And if they're doing it so freely because they know they can get away with it because Shane is so not liked right now, they're doing it behind the scenes to other people that don't deserve it. Shane doesn't deserve it either, but I'm just saying, if they can freely make fun of somebody like that, they're doing it to other people. That just shows their true character. I would never, ever in a million years mock somebody's hygiene, mental health, their weight, anything like that. It's just on a gross level. And I want to show you guys something. This happened back in October, but this is where Dustin thinks he can get away with everything. If somebody says something to him first, he thinks he can match them or even go even further. And I guess this person originally said something about Nick's sobriety. First of all, that's wrong on so many levels. I have defended Nick in the past and people saying stuff about his sobriety. It's wrong. It's gross. You don't do it. But Dustin came back with, since we're matching energy and this bitch wants to sniff her nose, are you thinking you're reading someone? The only thing you need to read is a glucose meter, you obese bitch. Seriously. And like I said before, if you can freely say this stuff, even if you are mad, you are saying this shit behind the scenes. This shows his true character. I would never say something like this, even if I was mad at somebody, even if I was furious with somebody. There are certain things that are off limits that you just don't touch. You don't sink to other people's levels, even if people are being out of line. And someone replied to him and said, Dustin, your response is disgusting. Take the high road. You don't go after someone's weight looks. That's tacky. What matters is their character. Judge that. Do better. And I couldn't agree with her more. This seems to be a pattern of Dustin's behavior. When somebody disagrees with him or points something out that is wrong, he goes after them. And this whole matching energy thing is just absolutely ridiculous. I want to play you guys a clip from Smokey Glow. She did a video where she talked about Dustin Dailey, and she put this into words perfectly because it's exactly how I feel as well. So roll the clip.
There's a history of these drama channels not only going after people who disagree with them, and there's a long, sordid history of that, but there's also a history of them being incredibly rude and disrespectful to not only women, but also plus-size women. They have insulted my looks as recently as literally today, when Dustin decided that posting a video, he would put a picture of Angelica, a skinny blonde girl, looking beautiful in a selfie, and he decided he would post me mid-speech in a video where I look horrible. And he called somebody, Dustin especially is like the worst at this because he's always calling women bitches. Literally just said that somebody looked like a toe because they disagreed with him. So do I think they're bullies? Yeah, absolutely. I think name calling and fat shaming and being overall just kind of assholes, I think that makes you bullies. Yes, I don't think I'm wrong in saying that.
So Dustin is heavily criticizing Shane for being in on a joke with his best friend at the time. The whole thing was a skit, but he still has the nerve to say that Shane body shamed him. Even though it was a skit that they were both in on, he's still saying that Shane body shamed Drew. And this video that he was reacting to was posted 6 years ago. These tweets and this video from Smokey Glow is back in 2020. So this is recent stuff that Dustin is doing. It's so hypocritical to heavily criticize somebody for a joke, but you're doing the same stuff you're criticizing this person for. And while we're here at this point in the video, let's watch the actual clip with full context of what was actually said in that video so that you guys can see that Drew was in on the joke with Shane. It was all a skit.
Here's what I'm trying to say. You've never had a vegetable in your life. You've never had a fruit in your life. And I'm not mad at you about that. And all you eat is pizza and cheese and pizza and cheese. And that's fine. The issue is, in 2 years, maybe 1 year, you're going to be a man and all of that's going to go away. Your metabolism is going to be, you're going to get fat. And that's fine. But I don't want you to freak out when that happens. I'm trying to teach.
Hey guys, so that was not an editing glitch. I did turn the camera off at that point. So I'm gonna be as frank as possible. Shane and I haven't been getting along. You might have sensed some tension in the car. You might have seen my face while he was talking about those things. I don't enjoy hearing things about my body, how I'm gonna get fat. I'm a little self-conscious about that. That's something I've kind of struggled with. And I just feel like since Shane has two, he should maybe get that. Am I gonna miss him? Yeah, I'll miss him. And I don't know. Okay. I said I'm putting everything in, so I don't know what's going on. Someone's at the door. Hello? What are you?
Here I am, once again. I'm torn into pieces inside. You don't get to see the tears I cry behind these hazel eyes.
What's in your hand?
Chocolate bar. Melted just how baby likes it.
Unwrap that shit right now.
So yeah, the whole thing was a joke. It was a stupid skit. It was a stupid joke. It was a bad joke, but it was still a joke. And it just blows my mind bringing Drew into this based on stupid skits. And the whole spitting thing, that skit was both of them spitting at each other. It's so ridiculous bringing somebody into this that has been offline due to mental health issues. And if you look at his videos, there is comment after comment after comment after comment about this on Drew's channel right now, because people just can't stop digging up stuff, reaching and stretching. I mean, at this point, we have seen the worst of Shane Dawson. When is enough going to be enough with this? I'm serious, because these channels to me are crossing a line. You're either going to like Shane or you're not going to like Shane. Some people hate him. Some people still love him. Some people are on the fence about him. Let it go. It would be a different story if Shane was doing all of this stuff in the present time, but he's not. He has been being silent on social media, and he is getting dragged online by so many people. It's ridiculous. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. And he is not even the one that made the video about Trisha. That's what blows my mind about the whole thing. When is enough going to be enough with it? It's out of control. It's gross how these channels are working together. That is what's going on here. They're all working together to end Shane. For whatever reason it is, I don't know if his documentary coming back is going to be something about cancel culture, because if it is, it could make a huge impact on YouTube and drama channels. It really could, because I know a lot of people just don't care what happens to Shane, but he's still a person at the end of the day. Getting massive hate online like he's getting right now, it fucks with your head and it's traumatic. You can only hear that you're a terrible person so many times before you're just like, what's the point? And thanks to Trisha Paytas, we know Shane's mental health and mental state through the first cancellation. And while we're on that subject, I want to show you guys something. On Dustin's second video, where he admitted that this was all an oversight but didn't take the original video down, somebody commented on that video and they said, 2 wrongs don't make a right. The day Shane commits side, y'all be feeling all types of guilty. And Dustin has the nerve to say that's on no one but himself. You can't put that on other people. That is a disgusting comment back to somebody about something that serious. Online bullying and harassment is a serious thing. That is why so many platforms have serious online bullying and harassment policies, because it does lead to people. And you can't tell me it doesn't. It is real. There are people that commit because of this type of shit. You're sick. You're sick for even saying something like that back to somebody. And you claim that you're all about mental health. You claim you struggle with your own mental health issues.
Don't want anybody to have to deal with any kind of mental health stuff. I suffer with that myself.
So you suffer from your own mental health issues, but then right after you upload this video, you reply to a comment with that response. I just don't understand it. But while we're on this video, Dustin uploaded a video that was titled, I Messed Up. And in this video, he addresses the video that he uploaded. And I just want to point out, he didn't take the original video down, even though in this video, he admits that it was a skit, and both of them are skits, but he still didn't do his research and actually watch the clips to see where they even came from, to see the full context of the clips. And in this video, he even put a card to the original video so people would go watch the original video. So to me, this video is just bullshit, because you're still redirecting your audience back to the original video. What was the point in this? So that your subscribers could tell you, oh, Dustin, it's okay. What the people did to you on Twitter, they're so mean. They're so mean. They attacked you when nobody attacked you. I didn't attack you at all. All I did was point out what you got wrong, because you did get it wrong.
When you attack someone, I don't understand the internet where they think that you can attack someone and disrespect someone and be gross to someone and think that you're not going to get a response the same way. I match energies over here. If you're rude to me, if you attack me, I'm going to be just as nasty to you as you were to me, or even nastier. That's just period, point blank how it is. Disrespect is met with disrespect.
Now, you guys have seen all the receipts and you've seen my responses back to Dustin. Was I attacking him in any way? And was I nasty to him in any way? Especially after he responded to me, I was still respectful to him.
I uploaded that video without looking further into the situation. However, I want to give you the background on why I did what I did, because I think that that is very important to the story. Because do you think that it is far-fetched to see Shane Dawson spit in one of his friends' faces? I'll give you a minute. Because I don't. And in what context is spitting in someone's face even remotely funny? It's disrespectful, it's gross, and even if this was a skit, and it was apparently a skit because I've been sent this video multiple times, that does not negate the fact that that is not something that you should do.
Please explain this clip then.
I mean, sometimes I let you spit in my face.
Well, that's different. That's different. That's a totally different thing. But
Because I don't really understand how it's okay for you to spit in Nick's face, but you're heavily criticizing Shane for spitting in Drew's face when Drew spit on Shane first. And I'm going to also play the clip of Drew and Shane. I mean, spitting on people is disgusting in general, but it was a joke. Both of them agreed to it. Both of them did it. But like I said before, it's okay when you do something like that, regardless of why you guys are doing it or whatever. That's fine. That's your business. But I just don't understand why the hypocrisy. Again, it was a stupid joke, and this is also unnecessary bringing both of these skits even into this because it was a joke. It was 6 years ago. They're still up on Drew's channel. Here's the clip so you guys have context.
Why did you let me do that?
because I love you.
I love that you're submissive. You let me spit into your mouth because you love me. You just... That's one of the meanest things you can do. That's like the scene in the movie where it's like, I can't believe he did that. John, you're going too far. I know he killed our daughter, but lick it off.
I mean, it's gross in general, but I want to also read you guys this comment. This comment was posted at the time of the video being posted, and it has 704 likes, and the person said, when he spit in his face, I laughed for a full 2 minutes, like I couldn't breathe. This is what Drew and Shane did. They did stupid stuff together all the time. That was just how their friendship was. They had weird, dark humor. I don't really understand what the big deal is, especially when Drew was laughing about it and didn't even wipe it off of his face. That's just how they were back then. I don't really understand why this is being blown so out of proportion. It's gross in general to spit on people, but like I said before, the hypocrisy. It's okay if Dustin spits in Nick's face, regardless of what they're doing in this situation, why they like to spit on each other, but it's not okay for two friends just to do it. I don't get it. I really don't. So anyways, back to Dustin's video. In summary, he made a bunch of excuses for what he did while still dragging Shane and trying to make him look as bad as possible. Even though I have shown in this video, Dustin has done some of the exact same things that he is heavily criticizing Shane for. He didn't take down the original video, and it drove more traffic to the original video by putting the card on the video itself. He also stressed to everyone that Mikenactor and I attacked him on Twitter when we did no such thing. You saw most of the receipts, and you're more than welcome to go look on Twitter and see any of them that I may have missed. We were both direct and respectful about what he did. He came at both of us in a very nasty way. There are a few more things I want to show you guys. Someone commented on this video and said that he needed to apologize to me and that his response to me was very nasty. And Dustin commented back this: that person literally instructed her fans to retweet and tweet and harass me. I owe them nothing. Did I ever say once to harass him in my tweet that I showed you guys? No, I didn't. I just said retweet, and I said what I said with the clip to get his attention. There were like 30 retweets on it, and it's nothing compared to his 45,000 followers. He blasted me to his 45,000 followers, making fun of my Twitter page. My account is private because he blasted me to his followers. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And then that person responded back, defending me some more, and just basically explained to him that what he said to me was out of line and that he blasted me to his followers. And then I responded with, show me where I told them to harass you, Dustin. I said retweet and tag to get your attention because you were deleting comments of people telling you that it was a skit. Nobody was harassing you. I would never tell anyone to harass anyone. Stop lying. It's called trying to get your attention. There is a huge difference and certainly doesn't warrant your reaction. And then he replies with, I didn't delete anything, another lie. And then I responded with this comment, and guess what he does? He deletes it. And this is what I said. I had several people sending me screenshots of deleted comments on your video. They were there and then poof, they were gone. Say whatever you need to say to justify it, but it's simply not true and is not what I meant, and certainly doesn't justify you calling me what you did. If you truly felt attacked, I'm genuinely Sorry, but it was never my intention. You have a massive following compared to my 600 followers, and it was the only thing that was going to get your attention. I've watched you off and on for a while, and I've even defended you, and was so happy for you and Nick when you two got together, and even wished both of you well. And you always seemed so sweet, and you certainly seemed like someone that would correct a mistake and not react the way you did. I was very wrong, and trust me, I won't be doing it again. But again, I am genuinely sorry if you felt attacked. I would never do that to someone. I seriously just wanted your attention to watch the skit. And that is the God's honest truth, you guys. And like I said, he deleted this comment, it posted, and then it vanished. And I don't have proof of that, but it vanished. And I have no reason to lie about this. You see his behavior. You see my reaction to his behavior. I would hope that you can trust me with that. And then he took a snapshot of my comment and didn't block out my name, blasting me to his followers again. And then he put a big old long explanation on how he doesn't delete comments. It's like you're really trying to prove to your followers that you don't delete comments. And usually when you're going over and beyond doing something like that, usually means you're deleting comments. And then the grand finale. Even after I apologized to him, he deletes my comment and everything else, and like he hasn't blasted me enough to all of his followers, he says, y'all see why this is annoying? This bitch called me a liar. And then he insults me by calling me a bitch once again. And this was the next day. You know, this is one of the reasons I ultimately decided to make this video, because this pissed me off. It really pissed me off. You think that you're doing no wrong because I tweeted at you and had people retweet it to get your attention, to show a mistake that was on your video, and you have called me all of these names. You have blasted me to your followers. I've had to make my account private because your followers were coming at me. And the only reason that people were defending me is because you called me what you did. Like, the hypocrisy is just through the roof with this. If somebody calls you out on something, it doesn't give you the right to be downright nasty with people. And that is what you have done. And I'm just going to be honest, like, this upset me a great deal because I'm a very sensitive person. When people call me like really nasty names, stuff like that, I don't like being called a bitch, just for personal reasons, just because of stuff that I've been through with my life, and I've been called it in the past and it just wasn't a good situation. I don't like being called it in a very angry way like he did with me. So to be honest, it upset me. I'm scared what he's going to do if he sees this video, but you know what? This is why I made my channel, because I speak against things like this. So in closing, I just wanted to bring attention to this because this really did upset me, and it's just aggravating how channels just flat out lie, or they're just trying to reach for so much information to bring that one person down. It's just not right, and I wouldn't agree with it if it was somebody I hated or somebody I liked. It's just, that's how it is with me. I don't agree with stuff like this at all. I also want to make it perfectly clear that this video is not an attack on Nick Snider. I respect Nick a lot as a creator, as a person. I think he's really nice, actually. I've never spoken to him before, but just from his videos, he's always been really fair to each creator. He always seems very unbiased about situations, even if he likes the person or he doesn't like the person. But I just want to make that crystal clear. This is not an attack on Nick at all. I still respect him as a person. I still respect him as a creator. And I think he handled himself as best as he could in that video. He seemed very uncomfortable at points in that video with Dustin, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I could have just been reading it wrong. But this is more just about how Dustin was just downright nasty, bully-like behavior, and he thinks that he can do and say anything he wants if somebody calls him out on something. And like I said before, I did it in a respectful way. I didn't attack him. I even apologized to him if it came off to him as an attack, because that wasn't my intention at all. And what did he do? He disrespected me by deleting my comment and then calling me a bitch again. That's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm terrified if he watches this video because I think he's going to be mad. I just don't think he can handle criticism whatsoever. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.